Yesterday I picked up 3 very old machines from a guy in County Wexford. I drove up there and collected these machines, and this is the first of them. This is a Sharp MZ-700 personal computer, and this is from 1983. A really retro looking machine altogether. It's got you know, seriously heavy manufacturer kind of effort here, and it's very dirty, very old looking, very aged, feels lovely in the hand. It's an ABS case. Was originally a white, creamy, very white colour. This is now dark brown with age. And I don't know much about it. I pulled up some info on the internet, and it's a modular machine, as these 3 chappies here. This is the MZ-700, I believe, model, because it had the tape recorder built in. That's this guy. There were other models where you have a little built-in little printer here, a little printer plotter job. I think it was 3 or 6 colours. And something else went in here. It could be a floppy drive, and I'm sure the floppy drive went in here. And what we're going to do is, before we power this up, we're going to tear it all apart and have a look inside and just see what the whole thing is built of. So we're going to start by taking out these. No, we'll have a look at all the panels. As you can see, it's missing F1 and number 1. They were gone, there's nothing I can do about that. But the keys themselves are so dirty. It'll be good to just take it all apart and give it a good cleaning. I hate powering up anything I get without checking first, you know, just to make sure nothing sad happens. So looking at the back, and video power is that printer I bus on off. Yeah, what you have here, I'll try hold it still for you. This is your video out, RF out, that's RGB out. Don't know what this guy is, that's some kind of connector. Oh, joystick 1 and 2. This is cassette. Sound, this is read write outs, yeah. You've 2 main ports that are blocked off here. I/O bus, printer port here. I/O bus, printer port, this is a reset. Power. And this one, there's nothing on this, but this is just connection. That must be ground, because it's just it's like a speaker connection, but on off switch. Far side. And that's it for that side. The side has nothing on it. Front has nothing on it, except tons of dirt, and same with that side. The back of the machine has nothing on it, including the little badge that had the serial number. That's not good. I love knowing which ones they are, but sadly we've no serial number on this machine, but I'm still so happy to get this. This is a lovely old machine. And yeah, so there you have it, the Sharp MZ-700. I called out some info on it. Origin Japan, came out in 1983. There was no language built into it. When you switch it on, there's only a few commands available to you. Like you have to load up something like BASIC off cassette. It had a Zilog Z80. The chip to use was a Sharp LH0080. 4 meg processor, 64K of RAM, 2K of video RAM, 2 kilobyte ROM, 40 by 25 text modes, and graphic mode 50 by 80, 8 colours. The sound was a 1 channel 3 octave beep essentially, and that was it. And it could cost up to €533. So that's this machine. Okay. So as I said, what we'll do is we'll start taking it apart and see what happens as we take these modules out, and see what's underneath them, and try and see what makes this thing tick. And I remember I spent weeks typing out this huge adventure game from a magazine when I was in 3rd year in school. And I was, you know, loading it up every night and saving it. And then just towards the end it wouldn't load. Okay, so I've taken 2 screws out the back, and Oh, it's connector. Yeah, seems to put him straight out by assume. No. Now how does that come up without damaging anything? It doesn't disconnect from there. It disconnects from down here. So there must be a safe way of getting that up. Yeah, so the whole connector's coming up. Yeah, there you go. And that goes with the clip. That little clip faces that way. Yeah, they only go on the one way. That's the tape recorder. That's these two screws out. And under here I assume, like, I know that on the better model is a printer, and I doubt the printer's hiding under here. Yeah, nothing under here. Except a big connector block and a big switch. Lovely. So leave him off. Put our two screws back, and there's so much dirt in here. I can't get that one out without doing any damage to it, so we'll leave that for the time being. And we'll leave that screw over there, but no, we can't get this one off. So now we're going to see about how it comes apart. And yeah, screws. We have 1, 2, 3. There's 3 on the front. And that may well be it. So, without further ado, 3 to take out of here. No sign of this thing wanting to open yet. But, oh, there we go. Yeah, we're getting some kind of little motion. The keyboard's starting to lift over here. Yeah. I imagine this will be very stubborn because it just has not been opened in over 30 years, I'd say. Yeah, he's coming up. Now, we got as far as here. Oh, there's 2 screws. Now they're all the same length, so now what have we fixed? I think we're getting a little bit more. Oh no. Yeah, we have this little ratchet, look. Lift up the front, you see a little clip here, there's one here, and just pushing up here, there it goes, it's just a little clip. You know, but we found out without doing any damage. So now we turn it around, you'll see, I think that this whole top panel will just lift straight up. It's a very tight fit, like. He has to come straight up. No, there seems to be still something locking him on. Yeah, there's little catches on that as well. God damn it, it's the screws I left in are holding it, would you believe? Take out, when you take these apart, leave these screws out. So, oh, don't be fucking stupid. Now, there we go. See? Straight up. That's what I hoped. And under this, there's all these parts, and under it, look at the build up of the dirt over the ears, look from the keyboard. You see all that? All the build up of dirt from over the years. It's pure age. And by the looks of it, this part that I've been trying to remove, it's sonically welded onto it. Like, do you remember trying to remove this cover? and there was one screw in the back. But guess what? Look, it's welded onto it. I cannot get that up without cutting those off. So I wasn't imagining it would not come up, but I didn't break it. That's the main thing. I didn't break it. So that's going to be washed. Now we're getting to the good stuff. Look at that motherboard. Holy Jesus. Gotta bring it down. See, this is the power supply. So it looks like an apple. God damn, it looks like an apple. Keyboard just lifts off, yeah. It's got a great big speaker in there. Now I'll have to turn around. But then again, the Apple came out before this did, didn't it? The Apple II was out in '79. Keyboard is held on by 3 things: 2 ground wires either side, and then a big ribbon cable underneath, which I hope is detachable. And there's no sign of it giving away yet, but yeah. We'll remove these 2 ground wires. Oh shit. One. Can you see them down there? There's the ground wire down there. This power supply is being bloody tricky. I was terrified there was something wrong, but it's not. It's just a tight connection, and the best way to get it out is just round and round where you're pulling up on the 2 wires, just round and round, and it will come free. There is no clip, no latch. That's why I was frightened that there was a latch and I wasn't releasing it, you know, putting force on the whole thing. But no, it just turned out to be a damn tight connection. So that's all he was. So round and round and up and out. So that's the power disconnected. Now if I can get that disc, I still can't disconnect the keyboard, but I'm going to take out the keyboard and motherboard in one. So now we're ready to take out the motherboard. Or the logic board, or whatever the hell you want to call it. It doesn't really matter, it's all the same thing. So now these are different screws compared to the bolts we had all along. Oh, where are we going to zoom back again? There's only a few screws on the edges of the motherboard. There's 1. 2. Shit. 3 is gone. How's he gone? Yeah. Oh no, because he was the screw for the keyboard. Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the first time this has ever been opened since it was built. And as I say, all around the keyboard and all underneath the keyboard in the case is brown sticky goo, which looks like 30-year-old tea and coffee, and lots of it. Which gives me happy visions of some, you know, 10 to 15-year-old kid back in the day, like, you know, really excited and fucking in the zone with the old 8-bit computers, like, as I spent many a happy year myself. Anyway, I think we are, let's see, have we only give another 2 little clips in the front here. Jesus, there's still more to get this thing out. Any sign of it going? There, yeah. No, this little RF box, I think that's what it's called. This is what generates your TV signal. Now they're little bolts, yeah. So I'll keep those separate for those little screws, okay.
He's connected to the motherboard like a big brown connector. You see him? No, you can't. Over here. Yeah, you zoom over just so I know where you are. Go and disconnect this guy out.
So just gently. Yeah, there you go. That's him off. 1, 2, 3. Here's the 3rd screw. So this just might come out now. Yeah, looking pretty good. No, I missed one. God damn it. Only got two out. There's the third one. Okay, up you come. Now, whew. Now there's a little, oh, we have some stuff on here. We have, RF, and we have colour. We have H and B, colour and channel or something, I'm not sure. But anyhow, that's him out. 1, 2, 3, the screws. Now this motherboard should be getting close to lifting. Yes, we are. And I believe that there's two little clips up here in the front. Let's go back a bit. Yeah, there's two little clips here, I think. I don't know how I'm gonna, I think you just bend them back, isn't it? 1, 2. Yeah, and up she comes. There's our board free now. And that board should come clean out. So, Sharp MX-700 motherboard being removed from its case. First time in about 30 years. Wow, look at that. So now we'll just get this guy out of the way for a sec. Jesus, that's out. Pretty heavy, that is. Okay, so here's the motherboard of the Sharp MZ-700. And as you can see, it's pretty dirty. And we have, that's the reset at the back, and that's the volume. Never saw a volume on a computer before that. Big bank of capacitors and resistors, I'd say. That's where the printer plotter attaches. I don't know what that switch is for, but it's probably to say whether or not it's present or something, I don't know. No idea, there's plenty of dirt and bits of biscuits and stuff everywhere. And yeah. And what have we got here? That's the keyboard connector. That there is one of the big chips on the board. So what is that? That is a I can't see it, it's upside down. That is a, it doesn't say Z80 anyway, so I don't know what that is. Where's that Z80? Where is it? Z80 CPU, that's it there, yeah. So yeah, so that's your board. Keyboard connector, big chip, small chip, small chip, CPU. That's the video section up around there. That's probably video RAM, all them ones, or RAM, or whatever you call it, I don't know. Another bank resistors. That's a nice looking chip there. What is that? I can't see that at all. Lovely. And, there's your clock crystal there. So that's it. That's your Sharp MZ-700 board. Loads of chips, don't know what any of them do. Don't care what they do. What's this one here? Like, that's got something written on it. That's Mitsubishi Electric 7A. No idea. No idea. No. So look at the back of the board. The back of the board is just pretty clean. Some goo down around here, whatever that is. So, no, I'm going to take the toothbrush out now and give this a good wash. I'm starting to notice what appears to be bubbles in the traces. Like, see them there? These guys, where am I? These little bubbles. Maybe water would not be a good idea. Maybe just, I don't know. I'm going to give it a good wash anyway. Fuck it. Okay. Okay, we've washed everything. Give it a good clean. Got all the dirt out. we got the 20-30 years worth of coffee and tea out of it. All down here was just layers of tea and coffee from the keyboard, and up around the back there was a spill as well. But lovely, you know. So I have to remember this now. I think the first thing is this metal plate, but that speaker has to go in first. Pretty big speaker goes into this, and that just sits there. And from what I remember, the motherboard, he goes. Where's the connection for him? Bring over the motherboard and know where the connection is. That goes about there somewhere, yeah. He has to go to here, so you see it won't reach from there, the speaker, so you gotta turn the speaker around to make sure he has enough to get to there. That's the connection, so we'll leave him sitting there. Now, next thing is this big metal plate, which I've given a quick clean. There's a lot of staining on it, but it's nothing I can do essentially. So if this just clips in, yeah, and bring my wire up. Oh no, he's got to go down over that first and then down, and oh yeah, you have to lift out the back a little bit for it to come in on there. Yeah, that was it. Down, down, and down, and that's it. He's in position. I'm going to have a little screw in here first of all. Now I do have a slight concern about the motherboard, and that's the keyboard connector, because when I pulled out the keyboard I accidentally damaged some of this. What I have to do now is try and straighten these little tiny pins. There's 3 of them. Okay, so we have our motherboard washed and properly dried this time. So let's just see, can we put this guy back in? And it has to go in that way first. Yeah, line up all the holes in the back. And it just drops down. Yeah, that's it. And so that is your Sharp MZ-700 stripped down, put back together, and all we're going to do is switch it on, see what happens. So give me a minute there. Okay, we finally put this machine all back together, and I had a loose connection in the, it wasn't a loose connection, a dry connection on the power switch. When I first switched on, it went didn't like it, so I had to open it up and clean the switch. So it is switching on. There we go. Beep and a red light, just like the Apple. Like the Apple too. And here's the display we have. We'll zoom in on that a bit for you. It's a nice blue screen with a flashing cursor. Switch it on and off again to show you. So power on, beep, and there you go. And as I said, the MX-700 does not have any kind of language installed on the ROM. You've got very limited control at this stage. There's only a handful of commands, I believe, and you've got to load in some software for it to do anything essentially. So there you go, that's your Sharp MZ-700 1983 computer, a Z80 processor, 3.5 megahertz I believe, and 64k RAM. So lovely little find, and very happy to add that to my collection. See you next time, lads. God bless.